What's up, dude? Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So it's been a minute since I've uploaded. I genuinely thought I was going to be able to upload, there goes my light, on Monday, but I ended up having to do some other stuff, so I just didn't get to it. But I think I'm back now to my regular schedule, so yeah, that's pretty much all I need to say. Let's jump into it. Today we are going to be talking about Christina Grimmie, and if that name sounds familiar, it definitely should. Christina Victoria Grimmie was born on March 12, 1994 in New Jersey to Tina and Albert Grimmie. She had one older brother named Marcus who acted as her road manager, like later on in the story. The family lived in Marlton, New Jersey. It was Albert who first recognized Christina's talent for music when she was only 6 years old. Her mom also said that before she even started talking, she would just kind of la 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 la, like just kind of sing as a little kid would, you know. She started playing piano at age 10. Even though she did have piano lessons, she would often play by ear, she claimed. In 2009, she started posting videos of her singing and playing music under the username ZeldaXLove64 on YouTube. One of her friends convinced her to start sharing her videos because her friend thought that she was really good and was being encouraging to help her, like, get out there a little bit more, which I thought was really sweet. Christina did a cover of Hannah Montana's Don't Wanna Be Torn as her very first upload. In August, she uploaded a cover of Miley Cyrus's Party in the USA, and that is a video that gained her some serious recognition on YouTube. People really seemed to like her voice, personality, and her interpretations of already popular songs. In 2010, she and fellow YouTubers Tsui, and Kurt Hugo Schneider did a cover of Nelly's Just a Dream, and in
Travel back down that road, will you come back? No one knows. I realized it was only just a dream.
And over 10 years, it has gained over 190 million views. And then it later was available on iTunes and Spotify, and I believe you can still find it there. In 2011, YouTube did a contest called My YouTube. The My YouTube competition kicked off on December 8th, 2010 and ended February 7th, 2011, with the top 5 artists gaining massive exposure through placement on YouTube's US and international homepages. Fans drive the votes by subscribing to artist channels as well as other channels recommended by the 50 acts that YouTube asks to participate. This was according to Billboard. They had a really good description of it, so that's why I kind of took theirs and just used it here. Christina's plan was to upload covers of what people were already searching for on YouTube, which was insanely clever because I'm sure a lot of people were like, oh, I'll do my own original music. Not a bad idea, but if you upload what people are already searching for, the chances of them finding your video go up by a lot. I never actually asked my fans to subscribe to me before the competition started, Christina told Billboard.com, but it's been huge because I'm competing with established artists. I never really imagined myself being here. She was very, very successful in this competition. She ended up placing second, just behind Selena Gomez. You can still see Selena's.
Hey everybody! YouTube has asked me to take part in this promotion they're having with their more prominent YouTube channels. So I wanted to take a second to thank you guys for making me one of those channels. I just started making videos about random things to make people laugh, and now I'm a bit part of this promotion thing with some really big musicians, and it's all because of your love and support, so thank you for that. So the promotion that YouTube has asked me to take part in is really all about you guys. Each artist gets points determined by what you guys are willing to do. There are 3 ways to get points. And to explain those 3 ways, I had some of my fans/family members to explain for me.
Number 1, subscribe by Selena's channel by pressing the yellow button.
Number 2, subscribe to one or all of the recommended channels. Number 3, share the video on your Facebook and Twitter pages.
And tell everyone to do steps 1, 2, and 3.
Bye, camera.
Bye.
The best part is I have 5 prizes to give away. I will be giving 5 lucky winners that participate 2 tickets to any of my upcoming shows of my tour in 2011.
Subscribe by Selena's channel by pressing the yellow button.
I love you guys and have fun playing the game.
Video for the contest on YouTube, and I'm not sure about Christina's. If I can find it, I'll try to insert some little clips of it.
So hey guys, so there's this competition going on and YouTube has invited me to be a part of it. I decided to tell you because you are a huge part of how well I do. This is a really huge deal and it'll help my channel just be promoted several countries around the world. It's a really big deal. So these are the rules if you'd like to help out. I get points in 3 ways. First way, when someone subscribes to me, bam, I get a point. So if you have never subscribed before, feel free to press the little button that I've never asked anyone to press before, so feel free to do so. The second way, I have 4 channels that I love that is in my description below. I also get points if you subscribe to all of them. I promise you won't regret it, they're really awesome. One of them I actually did a YouTube duet with. Third way, YouTube has asked me to tell you to go tell all your Facebook and Twitter buddies about the competition. I love how they just assume that everyone has a Facebook and a Twitter. But anyway, so feel free to do that. And again, this is a really, really huge deal to me. You guys have already brought me insanely far, and I'm actually doing really well so far in just my whole career right now. And it's really all thanks to you guys and God, but you guys. I want to thank you all again and again and again because I love all that you've done, all the comments you've left, everything. You guys are really, really great. You know, it's a dream come true, and wow, I sound so corny. Together, I think we can win this, guys. So feel free to help me out if you've been following me for a while, or even if you haven't been with me for a while, you can totally help out. But again, thank you so much for your support and your love, and I love you all back, my fans and my friends. And last but not least, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
But I just haven't looked yet. I kind of do like the videos and pictures that I want to insert into a video. I look for after I already shoot the video, if that makes sense. In May of 2011, Brian Teefy reached out to Christina through YouTube and became her manager. Now, Brian is Selena Gomez's stepdad. He noticed her after she uploaded covers of Miley's songs. Those tended to be her most successful videos. Around the time that the My YouTube contest ended, Christina and her family went to LA to hopefully get her a record deal. We just got off the plane not long ago, and I'm going to be singing for a couple of labels this week, Christina said, adding that she's saving her own original songs for a proper release, which is a good idea. I've written songs since I can remember. I write all the time, but I've chosen not to put my originals up. I've had some guidance from my management, and together we decided not to post anything. We should wait until labels get in touch with us. That's actually really smart, I think. In the same year, Christina also performed at the UNICEF charity concert. She performed backup vocals for Selena Gomez and The Scene. I loved Selena Gomez and The Scene. I still do. She went on the Digit Tour the same year, and that was the first time that they did that tour. So the Digit Tour was basically just singers from YouTube going on tour. Kind of a fun concept, I think. On June 14th, 2011, she released an EP called Find Me, and it debuted at number 35 on the Billboard 200. I just realized this Band-Aid's really bothering me. Oh! Ouch, that hurt. Okay, that was dumb. Anyways, so along with performing with Selena being a backup vocalist and whatnot, she also did tours with the Jonas Brothers, Miley Cyrus, a lot of the Disney kids that sang. She was touring with them, but she wasn't part of Disney necessarily. She wasn't on a show or anything, but it was almost like she was Disney Channel adjacent, if that makes any kind of sense. So here she is hanging out with all these Disney kids, and then that's helping her climb the ladder a little bit as well. It's getting her some really good exposure, and I don't believe that she definitely did sign a contract with Disney. She would have had to have, but we'll get to that in a second. I'm jumping around too much. On November 20th, 2011, she performed at the 39th American Music Awards pre-show, and she won her first award, which was an honoree award. She played it at the pre-show, and then she played it again one other time, like for the American Music Awards. In January 2012, Christina moved to LA in order to pursue her singing career, and in April she signed to Creative Artists Agency. She starred in a web show called Power Up with Christina Grimmie on Disney.com. So she definitely would have signed a contract with Disney. But I wonder if she was held to the standards that like other Disney kids were, because they're really strict about what their public image is like if you have a contract with them. So I don't really know, but by April 2013, Christina's YouTube channel grew to over 2 million subscribers, which is insanely good. In 2014, Christina auditioned for the 6th season of The Voice, which I kind of wonder if I didn't watch this one, because we used to watch The Voice as like a family, and then we kind of, I don't know, just got tired of it, but I would bet that we watched this season, and I just, for whatever reason, don't remember. She performed Wrecking Ball for her blind audition, and all 4 coaches turned around for her.
We clawed, we chained our hearts in vain, we jumped, never asking why. No one could.
It's time to choose. Who do you think as your coach?
I love you all. Oh my gosh.
You are the one, my dear.
I'm going to pick Adam.
Ultimately, she chose Adam Levine to be her coach. Selena supported Christina during her audition, and Justin Bieber supported her during the finale. She frequently covered Justin's song as well, like his songs on YouTube. So it kind of makes sense that as she's growing, he had taken notice of her, you know, and knew who she was and supported her, which I think is really cool. Christina ended up taking 3rd place, and Carson Daly, the host of The Voice, he said that he was shocked that she didn't win. All of her performances from the show were released on iTunes and Spotify. Christina went on to sign with Island Records and toured with previous contestants of The Voice. She began to release her own songs in the years after the show ended. On June 10th, 2016, Christina was at the Plaza Live in Orlando, Florida, performing with Before You Exit. The concert ended around 10 p.m., and then Christina went to sign autographs in the venue. Around 10:24 p.m., 27-year-old Kevin Lobel approached her, but he seemed shy, so to make him more comfortable, Christina reached out to give him a hug, which was something that she did frequently. She was one of those people that really liked to interact with her fans. She would give them hugs. She had no problem shaking their hand, giving them high fives, just doing whatever she needed to do to make them more comfortable. She was a very personable type of person. However, when she reached out to give him a hug, this is when Kevin pulled a Glock pistol out and shot Christina at point blank range 3 times, once in the head and twice in the chest. Witnesses fled the scene as Marcus, her brother, tackled Kevin and the two of them scuffled. Marcus, he doesn't end up getting hurt, so later he goes on to say that he wasn't scared. He said it was just instinctual to go and tackle Kevin, which is really amazing, and that's a really good sibling. Eventually, though, Kevin broke free, backed against a wall, and then fatally shot himself. Christina was lying on the ground, bleeding profusely from her head, but thankfully, though, she did have a weak pulse. An attending physician began performing CPR on her until she was taken to the Orlando Regional Medical Center. But just before 11 p.m., Christina was pronounced dead from the gunshot wounds. Kevin traveled by taxi, so jumping back before this happened, he traveled by taxi from St. Petersburg, Florida to Orlando, Florida, which is 107 miles, so 45 minutes. That's a long-ass taxi drive, bro. With him, he had 2 handguns, 2 extra full magazines of ammo, and a large hunting knife. Orlando Police Chief John Mina stated that the suspect traveled to Orlando apparently to commit this crime and then had plans to travel back to where he came from. So he did have a hotel that he had stopped at, and I don't know, I think he hung out in his room for a little bit before he went to the venue, and the hotel staff were yeah, it was he laid on the bed, but he didn't get underneath the covers. There were some wrappers in the garbage that he had purchased some food from the hotel and tossed the wrappers away. They were he was very quiet. There really wasn't anything real remarkable about him. Marcus's parents didn't even know that he had plans on leaving and going to see Christina. He was kind of a hermit. didn't have many friends, tended just to stay in his room and play video games. The only time that they said he would really leave was to go to Best Buy, where he worked at part-time. One of his coworkers did say that Kevin claimed to have played video games with Christina, like, online. And the coworker was kind of like, yeah, okay. And they said that he said some other kind of like odd things about Christina. But basically, it was kind of understood, I guess, that Marcus's mentality towards Christina was sort of like, if I can't have you, then no one will. Like, he was obsessed with her, but he also realized that he didn't know her and he more than likely just wouldn't be with her. So very, very odd. The venue that Christina was performing at didn't have metal detectors, and the attendees weren't getting frisked as they walked in. Really, the only thing that concert goers said that security did was they would have them like open their bag, if that, and like tell them to discard of any food or drinks that they had with them. Like, anything else they really just didn't care about. And now actually, after this happened, concert venues did start finally taking it more seriously and installed metal detectors and got more serious about their security, actually, like, you know, frisking people to make sure that they don't have any weapons on them. It's just really sad that something like this had to happen in order for them to take preventative care. Honestly, though, it's really just sad that someone would even bring a gun to a music venue like that, you know? There's absolutely no need for that. Well, Kevin did buy his guns legally and had no previous arrest records in his home county. He did have previous run-ins with the cops. Like, there was an incident between him and his dad's girlfriend, and it was some sort of like a domestic type charge. I don't really know more than that. He did have a history with violence, hence the domestic charge, I believe, but he had no diagnosis of any mental illness. That's not to say that he didn't have some sort of mental illness. He just wasn't diagnosed with anything. Kevin's family, like I said, was totally unaware of his plans to travel to Orlando. They didn't know that he had guns, and they didn't know that he had an obsession with Christina. Now, I don't know how accurate this is, because it came from kind of a local courier type paper, but they claim that that Kevin's mother accidentally overdosed on aspirins. And like, it was said not to be intentional. It genuinely was just accidental. But Kevin felt guilty because him and his mom kind of got into an argument, and he told her to like go ahead and do it, just like overdose and kill herself, basically. So that, again, I don't know how true it is, but that could have kind of been the start of his mental troubles, potentially. And the one co-worker that did know about his obsession with Christina said that at one point, Kevin said that he was tired and ready to ascend, which is just weird. Adam Levine and Blake Shelton both posted tributes to Christina. There was a GoFundMe to help pay for the funeral costs for Christina, and I think it raised $117,000. It had 25,000 shares. Their goal was $4,000. It purely was just to cover the funeral costs, but ultimately Adam Levine did offer to cover the costs, and genuinely I'm positive that he did. I couldn't find any reports of like whether or not that actually happened, but if I had to guess, I would say that yes, he did in fact cover her funeral charges. Selena Gomez was only miles away performing on her tour from like where Christina was performing as well, and then was shot. The morning after the murder, Selena wrote, "My heart is absolutely broken. I miss you, Christina." You know, if Christina was managed by Selena's stepdad and she sang vocals for Selena, it's really safe to assume that the two did get to be good friends. I mean, you spend a lot of time together, you know? That night, Selena dedicated her performance of Hillsong's Transfiguration to Christina, and it was a very tearful tribute.
I know Christina Grimmie actually when she was 14, we met her. My parents and I signed her. And one thing about Christina and her family is that she holds her faith so closely to her. And I think it's not about a religion, and it's not about anything or good deeds, it's just that she had faith. And I don't really understand how this really happened, but I would like to dedicate this next song to her.
Selena then canceled her meet and greet that night because of fear and grief, which genuinely can't blame her. And later she checked into rehab and put her tour on hold. I think just probably for like grief counseling or, you know, to help come to terms with Christina's murder. But that is the story of Christina Grimmie. It's so sad because it's genuinely sounds like she was right on the cusp of hitting it big and becoming like a major star and making a name for herself and not just doing covers anymore. It's such a sad story, and it's really tragic that her life got cut so short just because someone was obsessed. But unfortunately, that is her story. That is it for me today, you guys. I hope that you found this video to be interesting. If you did, definitely subscribe and give this a thumbs up down below. Comment anything that I may have missed. I know there was more that I probably just didn't touch on, but I tried to strictly stick with the case and what happened. But if you guys have any information to add that might be interesting, definitely comment down below. But I hope that you guys have a great day. Go outside, touch some grass, breathe some air, and come back on Friday for another true crime video. Bye, guys.